Hi guys, I don't know who is watching this, but this is worksheet 1.2 properties of limits. Basically the same thing, but going a bit further. And I'll start by doing actually one of these um, expansion things. So, given that you have one limit here, and then another limit here, and then the third limit here for some constant a, find the limits that exist. If the limit does not exist, explain why. So for a, you just have to do limit as, so you can break it up, right? So this plus this, which is just basically -3 plus 8 equals 5. So answer is 5. It's simple as that. And for stuff like harder stuff like this, you can just do like, of course your notation has to be better. So as an example, I'll say limit or 2, because you can bring this out, right? X, as x approaches a of f of x is so f of x, h of x minus f of x is equal to 2 times you have that, which is -3 over h of x is 8. Yes, 8 minus -3 is 11. So you have this. That's a big eraser. 8 minus 3, which is plus 3. So you have -6 over 11. So just basic math. Okay, so let's go to some multiple choice questions. So this is the squeeze theorem. So squeeze theorem says that if you have 3 functions, one say this, and then the other like this, and the other like this, one top, one bottom, one the middle, or the squeezed one. So we say that if the limit of the top one as x approaches a, in this case 1, is equal to this, so if this is equal to this, say it does, my drawing is terrible, then the middle one has to be because it's squeezed to it. So let's see in this case. So in this case, on the left it'll be 2, on the right it'll be, you sub in that, so limit, you have to write this all out. It's really annoying, but it's okay. If that is equal to 2 as well, because you sub it in. And so because of that, by squeeze theorem, f of x, limit as f this is also equal to is positive and also negative, I'm not going to write it, is equal to 2. Because also that rule, right? Left equals to right equals to f of x. Therefore, the limit is continuous. The function is continuous, so just be here. Okay, because there's not a lot of questions, I'm just gonna go through all of them. Okay, use a graph that to answer those questions. So, as I've shown before, it's pretty easy, but you do have to show your work. That's the hardest part there. And I've once gotten a lot of questions correct, but my work was wrong, so I got like 9 points off because of that. So not good. F of x over g of x. So you can't write f of x is equal to, so 2 negative 2 from the left. So it's what, 1 -1 here. You can't do this. Alright, you can't do this. You can't do this over whatever that is. That's not proper notation. You have to write this is merely equal to -1 over g of x as 2 negative, so it's 1, so it's equal to -1, so that's b again. Okay. Question 8. So for this is a function within a function. You can't just do that. You have to do another step, which is the very important part here for question 8, is so -3 from the left of g of x first, because it's higher priority. So g of x is here, -3 from the left, -1, 2, 3 from the left, you have -1. So you get limit of x approaches -3 negative of g of x is equal to -1. So therefore, it is also approaching from negative values or from the bottom, so it's negative. So what it means is that limit as x approaches -1 from the left of f of x, so the outside function is, what is that, -1 from the left, which is here, which is basically 0, which is b again. We love our b's. Okay, yeah. So, number 9. G of 1, so this is actually very similar to the some things that you're going to learn in the future, but G of 1 is, what's G of 1? So remember, look at the graph. If it's G dash x or this, that's different from G of x. You'll learn later, but G of 1 is just 0 and plus limit of, so in this case, because it's multiply, you can just limit multiplying there, or you can just take it out and put -1 in. Either one is fine, so I'll just take it out. From plus means from the right, so f of x as x equals -1 from the right, which is here, which is 2, which means, hey, did I do something wrong? Pause. No, I didn't. G of 1, oh, it's f of, yeah? So this is not f of -1, sorry. F of -1 is 0 here. Yeah, 0. So it is 0 plus 0, which is a. Okay, number 10. Okay, again, this is a function of a function, so you have to do the thing again. So when I learned this was the hardest part, so make sure you understand what it means when it's in the minus and not minus. So the first one is this, -1. So it didn't have any plus or minuses, so it's just in general. So here they're both approaching the same value, which is good for us, which is 3. And then because it's both approaching from the bottom, so it's negative. So limit as x approaches 3 negative of f of x. So why do we do f of x again? Because there's 2 of f of x's. This is nothing but 3 from the left, which is -1, and that is your answer. Okay. Okay. Find that. Oh, that's a question. Annoying separating two functions again, because it's not a function of a function; it's a function multiplied by another function. So know the difference there. So what I'll do is I'll find the first one and then find the second one. So limit as x approaches 0 of f of x is equal to, well, it doesn't exist, right? Because you have 0 here and then you have 5 here. So it, like, technically does not exist, but if you see here, this does exist, right? Oh, I marked it. Oops. I marked it here. So this does exist, this becomes 0. So you beg the question, what does not exist multiplied by 0? Is it D or is it B? So if you come across something like this, you have to look at both sides. So how do we do that? Let's erase that first. So we have to do limit as x approaches 0 from the left of f of x, and then multiply by limit x approaches right g of x. Left. So consistent. Okay, so this is to 0 times 0. This is 0. So if we do limit as x approaches 0 from the right of f times limit as x approaches 0 from the right g of x, since g of x is the same, we have seen here, right? 0 from the right means this side is 0. So it's from the right, this is 5 times 0, which is 0. So we have seen before that a function, say z of x, right? Let's not make z of x. Limit as x approaches 0 from the left. If it equals to x approaches 0 from the right of z of x, then, and if that is equal to f of x, of course, or not that, but if this, then it's continuous. But if this, if this only, then it is it exists, right? Limit exists. But it doesn't mean it's continuous. So as you can see here, left equals right, which means limit of, say this whole thing is z of x. I know I'm making this really slow, but you get the point. Of z of x is equal to nothing but 0. So B. Yes. Yep, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other videos you want me to make on what topics. And yeah, I'll see you guys on